Good evening. This is John Presco coming to you live from Springfield, Oregon at 10:45 on August 1st, 2023. I got my cat playing with me always. So I didn't have time to check the lighting or anything. I'm running late. My computer decided to update everything for 4 hours. And I'm tired, but I'm not exhausted. And let's go with it. Around 10, maybe noon, I announced that I was running for President of the United States. And it was quite an extraordinary post. I accused the Republican Party, the Supreme Court, Donald Trump, and other candidates of being unreal, not in touch with the reality. So I responded as a character from my James Bond novel, John von Bond. And I'm multitask. I'm working on my newspaper, Roy Rosemont Press, every day, writing novels. I'm doing research. I just started another novel by Frank Christine's Drive Across Country in a Rambler in 1969. And I'm teaching someone to be a writer. Took that on last night. So around 2:10, I finished sending a message to Governor Kotek of Oregon saying I want her to help set up a debate here at Austin Stadium between me and Governor DeSantis. He challenged Kamala Harris the other day to come debate him in Florida. And I said, no, you're coming up to Oregon, buddy. Come on. You know, this is where John Fremont got a start, and he was first to emancipate the slaves of Missouri. And his radical Republicans went down there and kicked Confederate treacherous butt. And this is why I became a Republican after Obama won, because I was reclaiming the core base message of the Republican Party. It was abolitionist party, and now it's been flip-flopped all the way around. And now it's really serious because after I posted that call to DeSantis to come debate me at Austin Stadium, I turned on the news and I'm seeing Special Counsel Jack Smith reading the last 5 minutes of his indictment against Donald Trump. And I was amazed at the timing of that, because I was just going to take a break and I was going to go back to a blog I started, which will talk about, which I was going to be sending to DeSantis about who we're going to have there. I'm going to try to get Garth Brooks so we can get all the Greater Idaho Oregonians that think they're Republicans for Jesus, and they've been giving our real governor a hard time in our real state with real boundaries. So these people haven't been living in reality. And that's common for criminals. Even after they get convicted, they'll be hauled off to jail, and as soon as they get in their cell, they're going to be telling their cellmate that they're innocent and they didn't do it. Someone else did it, and they're afraid. And then they'll, become jailhouse lawyers, try to prove that they're set up because Joe Biden's son got in trouble. Yeah, that's a ticket. Yeah, that's the only reason that Jack Smith is investigating because, you know, Biden knows that they got the goods on his son. See, so that's why I came off of John von Bonn, announcing presidency. Like, accused a lot of people of not being in touch with reality. So what the hell? Why should I be? Make any sense to you? Well, all that's gone now, see, because now we're in real reality. There's going to be a trial. I hope it's televised. And I hope we see the scene of Donald Trump being told to stand up and having some sheriffs grab him and put the cuffs on him, take him through that door on his way to Fed lockup. See, then they go, hey, wait a minute, this is real. Wait, this can't be real. I'm the king of reality shows, man. I'm Donald Trump. You're fired and you're fired. I'd be more adamant if I had any more energy in it, and if this wasn't so crazy, so absolutely crazy. Because it came out that Jack Smith's going to try to prove that Donald Trump did quit on January 6th after he finally got around to telling his folks to go home. He was trying to stir up more violence. He wanted a lot of violence so he can call out the army. And what? Go after Democrats and what? Black people riding in the streets? Huh? Black people that were freed by Abraham Lincoln? Supposed to be the hero of the Republican Party. So here you get another traitor, like all those Confederates back then, started the Civil War, leading the Union Army against really the Democrats, which is really representing the issues, the base, of the Republican Abolitionist Party. See, it got flipped. See, so I don't got to prove all that, but all of it. See, because it's going to be proved. But here's what I'm saying happened, which is clear to me, that Trump expected his people to be bringing out Democrats in plastic ties behind their back and bringing them out to the balcony. And when that didn't happen fast enough, Trump, it's not clear, was on the way to the Capitol. And the security people said, no, we're not going to go there. We're not going to let you out. And he supposedly went for someone's throat. What Trump was trying to do was incite a riot, incite Democrats to riot in all the major cities so he can send in the army. Do I have proof of that? I don't need proof. I'm running for president of the United States. I can make stuff up. I'm a Republican. That gives me another permission to make stuff up. See, when you're a Republican, you get to make stuff up because you got Jesus on your side. Well, I happen to be a theologian. I'm going to take that away from him. So, it's my painting. I started, I think it was 2 days after January 6th, where these pages are taking electoral votes away from the darkness created by the then president, Donald Trump, and his cohorts. And there's 6 co-conspirators, and they're all Republicans. And a lot of them are attorneys. And John, what's his name, amongst one of the co-conspirators. So all the people that testified in the January 6 hearings and in Jack Smith's indictment are Republicans. And they turned, it looked like they turned on their dictator. And you got to work to get this televised because if he gets off, then we don't get to hear the testimony of Republicans turning on their boss. Their boss. So, so I'm going to bring a lawsuit against Murdoch and Fox News because I turned them on for a half hour around 8 o'clock, and there they were. Republicans plotting out, continuing the insurrection of their boss. They were saying that all Trump did is what Al Gore did, contest the election. Well, no, he did a lot more than that. And there's already evidence of that, and they know it. But they want to continue. They want to see Trump back in the Oval Office, because if that doesn't happen, then Fox News might dissolve. It might be finished. Murdoch might not be getting any more money. Well, I'm going after your money, Mr. Murdoch, as a Republican candidate representing John Fremont and all them radical Republicans who set the slaves free. And they were saying that, Trump didn't do anything more than Feinstein did when she objected to election and there was a recount. No, that's not true. See, that it actually incites a riot. If Democrats turn on Fox News and hear these lies, even though they just listened to special counsel, prosecutor, black people go to jail. Why not Trump and his co-conspirators? Because this is conspiracy, folks. That's for sure. And Fox News people are lying that it wasn't a conspiracy. Well, that's a continuation of the conspiracy, especially when you want Trump back in the Oval Office. See, you just had Biden for 4 years, but the real agenda is going to continue to real people go to jail, and they won't be real till the cell door slams on them. See, and they'll go, "Oh, I hate that sound. Does that mean I can't go to the store and buy a cigar? Yeah. That means I can't walk around the block? Yeah. Yeah, that's what it means. Oh no, you mean I'm in jail? Uh-huh. You are. That's real, buddy. A lot of people go to jail. A lot of Americans go to jail when they break the law. See, that's reality. And I'm going to make sure that my fellow Republicans get a good dose of reality, because on the show, when they lied about, all Trump did is what Al Gore did, well, the Republicans hired these people to start beating on the door when they're counting up the chads, and they took off their coats and ties and rolled up their sleeves to look like normal citizens. No, they weren't. Republican operatives. See, so only when I get a good lawyer to take up my case, see Murdoch, where people know I exist and I'm real. And I'm going to sue the Republican Party because they've gone against their contract, who they say they are, what their, you know, their mission statement. There you go. Republicans were not uh, secessionists like all those Confederate states. In fact, they went to war with them, and 100,000, 200,000 Americans were killed in the Civil War. And to see Murdoch, who's really a Canadian citizen, instigating more insurrection really makes me mad because he doesn't belong in this country. He really doesn't. He's got to get set back and back up to Canada. Okay? I got people up there. I got Rosamond people up there. But I'm just going to sue him for, I don't know, $100 million. And have that trial go on. And I get to speak. My attorney gets to speak, and justice will be served. I will be rewarded. And the same goes to the Republican Party, because I'm going to sue it for $100 million, and then I'm going to dissolve it. I'm going to ask the Supreme Court to dissolve the Republican Party because they betrayed their mission statement, basically. See, they remember that flip flop, I don't have to put up with that because I'm related to John Fremont, first Republican presidential candidate. See, here's a here's who I'm. See, that's a painting of Drew Benton and Christine taking her by her hand down at the beach. See, that's my niece, real niece. Her father was Garth Benton, the third cousin of Thomas Hart Benton, the artist, who was the grandson of. Just notice my cat chewed up that print right down there. Where is that cat? Look at that. She chewed up that corner right down here. See it? Right here. Chewed it up. Oh boy. So Senator Thomas Hart Benton, his daughter, Jessie Benton, married John Fremont. And Senator Thomas Hart Benton was the first proprietor of the Oregon Territory. And he was John Astor's attorney. And he was part of this Manifest Destiny because John Astor had this big fur company. And that's why we call Oregon the Beaver State, see, because John Astor founded a city down there on the coast. So, yes, and then I'm going to sue the Supreme Court over getting rid of Roe versus Wade and making abortion illegal. I'm going to go for $100 million. I mean, I'm going to sue him. It's not going to be a court case. I mean, because I'm already going to bring up St. Paul judgment on circumcision. See, Paul says, these Judaizers are into the law, law of Moses and God. Well, Jesus wasn't into that, and I'm not either. So if any Christian gets us circumcised, you're going to be cut off from Jesus. You're going to be cut off if you get circumcised, if you follow the laws of Moses. Cut off. We're talking about foreskin, see? Some flesh on your reproduction organ, see. And, and this is what the Supreme Court thinks that they got some business, looking at, into a woman's vagina, into her reproductive organs and making rules like the Judators, where we're going to lock up this woman over here if she goes over this state here, and does something with the tissue in her body, we can't have that because Republicans are Christians. Well, did Jesus lead an insurrection against Rome? Well, no, he didn't. They say, but he did get rid of the laws of Moses. And at a time that Paul was saying, don't sleep with your wives and don't get married because the world's coming to an end. And Jesus is going to take us to another promised land after the world ends, see? And if you get your skin off your pee-pee, you're going to be cut off and you ain't going to the afterlife, the other world. See, it wasn't the afterlife, see all that blood. Come on, See, I'm going to be talking this way off the stadium to DeSantis, who thinks he's a man of God. But I'm going to tell him, you better bring your 12, buddy, because I'm going to knock them down like bowling pins with my words and God's justice. All right. Mr. Trump, you can't accuse me of not having no energy. Too bad I can't debate you. Because you're going to jail. You ain't going to be the Republican candidate, buddy. You're going to be prisoner 976331. And that's a prophecy. You remember that number. In his first mugshot, all right now. Maybe I will become the next president, I'm the only one that tells the truth and it's real and interesting and not lying my ass off, so vote for me. I'm legitimately wanting votes. I want your vote. I want to be your next president of the United States of America. Take care out there, here.